Leonardo da Vinci was a painter, a sculptor, musician, scientist, inventor, engineer, mathematician. He was a writer, anatomist. He was all these things in just one life. That's what you call polymath, and that's what you call a multi talented or an all rounder person. Today's topic: how to be multi talented and why to be multi talented. If you want to chase all these professions, I'm not saying you that you have to chase all these same professions. I'm telling you, you have to be multi talented in today's world. The Bugatti guy, I can't take his name because YouTube doesn't like him. The Bugatti guy, he said one of the best things that you have to be everything. You have to increase your stats in just one life. Mind you, I'm telling you, just in one life, you have to increase all of your stats to be a highly attractive and charismatic individual. You have to be attractive. You have to be in, you have to be having a good physique. You should be charismatic too. You have to have all these things if you want to be a multi-talented person. If you tell me right now, you might be thinking, why to even, do all this effort? What's the purpose of it? Why should I even, go behind philosophy? Why should I even be an athletic person? Why should I even, I could just go to gym and that's okay. Why should I do cardio? Why should I be, doing calisthenics and everything? Why should I be a fighter as well? What's the purpose? I can tell you, that's your choice. You can say no to me. You can say no to all these things. But let me ask you one question. If you're in a street fight, what are you gonna do? Take your time, tell me. What are you gonna do if you don't have boxing training? If you don't have any grappling training? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna show him? Are you gonna show another man your muscles? Because he's only there to play unfair. You know that life is unfair. He's gonna be playing unfair. He if I don't want you to say I don't want you to think if he's a fucking fighter in front of you. Let's suppose he's a fighter. You're just in a fucking gym. There was a stat. I read it somewhere that men they overestimate their fighting abilities by 400%. 400 times or 400%. What do you think? Most people think they just go to gym, they just make some muscles and they can fight. You can fucking see, let's suppose you're a fighter, right? If you're a fighter, if you know how to grapple a person, how to punch somebody in the fucking face. If you know that, if you have been through spar training, if you have been a fighter, you will see someone just by how he fucking walks, and you will freaking see if the person is just a gym goer or if the other person really knows how to fight. You don't have to see it for 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Just by 1 or 2 seconds of look, you'll see him up and you'll see him down. You'll get to know. It's just by how the person walks, how he occupies the room, how he walks in the room, how he carries his own body, his body language. You will get to know that. And if you're not a fighter, and if you go in a street fight, I don't want to say, you can imagine all the comments and all the other people, all the Instagram memes and all the videos that you see on Instagram, TikTok, on YouTube. You can see what happens to buff guys in front of a skinny person, skinny motherfucker who has been fighting. You know that. You have seen it. Plus, I don't even want to say about that. Once you start fighting, firstly, you won't be afraid of getting a punch in your face. Second, you will be having courage to stand in front of somebody. Thirdly, your body won't shake. But this video is not about that. I can go around, talking about this for like fucking 1 or 2 hours, but I'm telling you that. What happens when you just train for gym and you are in a situation when you have to fight, when you have to fight for your family? Let's suppose you have your girlfriend. Let's suppose you have your mother behind you. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna just show him, the other person, your muscles? Let's suppose in the worst case, you have your mother or your father right beside you. And the other person, I don't want you to imagine this, but the other person wants to hurt your family. There are people like this who are willing to do this. You know that, right? Let's suppose the other person wants to really hurt your family. What are you gonna do? Because in your mind, you don't want to be a polymath. You don't want to be a multi talented person. You don't want to be going behind all these professions and all these skills. You don't want to learn all these skills. You just want to stick to one skill because why? You are in that comfort zone. You know what happens? I see this in hospital all the time. I work in a hospital. I see this in hospital all the time. People who are old, they have very big egos. So you know what they do? They stick to one job, which obviously if you fucking work for like 10 or 20 years, you will know everything and every, part of that job. You will know every part of that job. So once you do it for 10 or 20 years, of course you're gonna be fucking competent in that job, but that's a part-time job. And you only like make certain amount of money from that. But you know what they do? They don't apply for any other job. I asked this somebody that was a fucking old person. No offense to old persons or old people, but let me tell you something. You know what he told to me? Yeah, I'm not applying to, all these. He was complaining about how the capitalistic society is, he's not able to pay his bills and everything. Or maybe he's, just living paycheck to paycheck. But you know what he told me? That, yeah, I mean, if I apply to new job, I won't know what to do. Motherfucker was like, oh, then I have to get training. Then I have to work under somebody. Then I won't know what to do. So he basically didn't want to leave his comfort zone and he didn't want to apply to any other job. That's why he kept on working for the same job for the past 30 years. I'm not even 30. That motherfucker was working under somebody for 30 years. Still, he was taking orders. And he was taking orders from a grown ass woman. I can't fucking think of that. But the topic is you are not chasing all these things. You're not chasing all the different new skills because you are in your comfort zone. And I am here to tell you that if you stay in your comfort zone for long enough, you will be ending up that like that motherfucker. Like the old person I was telling you, you will be miserable. You will be ending up in those conditions which I just told you about the street fight. You will be ending up, and then you will think when your family doubts you, when your mother doubts you, when your dad doubts you, when your girlfriend doubts you, you will be ending up in that situation when they doubt you about your manhood. You will be then you will be thinking that maybe I should start boxing now. But guess what? You lost your fucking respect in front of your dad. Imagine losing your respect. Imagine losing in front of your dad. Imagine somebody punching your dad in front of you. Then when you, like, of course, without your training, tried to, punch him and he knocked the fuck you out too. Imagine that. If you are one of those people, if you want one of those cucks, if you want to be one of those people, stay behind just one profession. But if you want to be experiencing life, if you want to experience life, and if you want to be, having knowledge of different domains, be a multi talented person, go behind, read philosophy, read books, train for calisthenics, train for fighting, know how to fight, develop all these different skills, and don't tell me I don't have time. Motherfucker, you have time. See you on the next one.